Hi, I'm Vanessa. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're new, subscribe and click the bell. If you're not, welcome back and thank you very much. So, I'm just gonna talk about how to choose the right uni. If you don't know, I go to the University of Cumbria. It's and yeah, right now I'm really enjoying it. And it took me a while to decide what uni I wanted to go because I had so many options. But I ended up choosing this one, and so far it's going really good. So obviously you apply university through UCAS, and obviously you have maximum 5 options to choose from. Always fill up the 5, because if you choose one, obviously choosing one is cheaper, but if you choose one and get rejected, you don't have no options, and you have to go through clearing, and the university through clearing you might not like it. So yeah, I always recommend to choose the 5. So obviously when choosing for university, obviously you need to look at the course, if there's a course, and the entry requirements. Entry requirements is so important because every single university has different entry requirements. Some of them might be UCAS points, which I love. And UCAS points, basically, they are points that you get of your grade. It doesn't matter what grade you get. If you meet the points, you're fine. Whereas other universities might ask you for actual grades. And if you don't meet the grades, you're not allowed to come in. And that's just how simple it is. So yeah, when I went to University of Cumbria, they asked for UCAS points. So it doesn't matter what grade I got, I just needed to meet the points. So I got double distinction stars and a D. So it doesn't matter what grade I got. I just had to meet it, that's all. So yeah, entry requirements are very important. Because if you choose universities that have got really high entry requirements, or you know that you can't meet them, don't risk it. But it's always nice to try your best and get in there. But yeah, I like UCAS points. Some of them will ask for only A levels and not BTEC, so you won't be able to get in on those ones. Like all the universities I went, they didn't mind. Some of them were asking for A levels, some of them were asked for BTECs. Some universities might ask for specific subjects like science-based. Obviously, to do nursing, you need a science-based subject, and the science-based I had is psychology. So if you, for example, if you did everything, if I did health and social only, I wouldn't be able to go in specific universities. So if you see a university that you wanted to go to nursing and didn't ask for specific subject, it means that they will look on your GCSEs to look if you got at least a grade 4 in your science. So you need to get a science. It doesn't matter if it's in college or in GCSEs. You just need to get that science. So some universities will ask you for specific subjects, and I've met people who do health and social, and yeah, only health and social. They want to do nursing, but they don't have that specific subject, so they need to go look for universities that ask for only GCSEs science. So yeah, entry requirements is really important, and I feel like some people just overlook it. Now the other thing is should be obviously how good is the university. You can just look at the internet, look for reviews, or just ask the students yourself. And obviously I know it's a bit awkward just asking normal student, but obviously when you go to Open Days, you can just ask a student how's the university. and they might tell you, they might be a little bit biased, but just get as much information as possible from the students. I don't know, but there is a website that you can go, and basically it compares every single basically, if you choose about 5 universities, you put the 5 universities down, and it compares which one is better by a percentage, which one is better by the subject you choose. I don't know if you get me. Like, I don't remember the website, but it was basically, I pulled mental nursing, and I chose the 5 universities that I wanted to go, and it compared which one is the best university for mental nursing, and it showed up by percentage, and University of Cumbria was 88%, which is pretty good actually. But there were other ones like Manchester, which just said like 84, 90, 92 or stuff like that. So that's. So yeah, I don't remember the website again, but there is a website like that. So I use that a lot. Obviously, after you ask people, another thing you want to do is look at the city if you're moving away. Yeah, another thing you want to do is look at the city if you're moving away. You want to live in a nice city, come on. Like, I live in a cathedral city. It's a small city, very nice, really beautiful, pretty calm, nothing happens. Which, being calm, I like busy cities quite a lot. Like Manchester, Birmingham and stuff like that, London. I like busy cities. But feeling safe is one really important for me. I don't want to be stuck with, really gangy cities or areas. Like, don't look at the city, but look at the area. So, obviously I asked people who lived in Carlisle, saying, how is the city? And I ask, how is the crime in here? It goes, nothing happens. So, sometimes it's nice to ask or just research a little bit. Nothing happens in the city, so it's very calm. And, that is really useful for me because, So, yeah. City, just ask how the city is. If you've never been to that city, just ask people how it is. I know it sounds awkward just asking someone in the middle of the street, how is the city? But it does help a lot. So yeah. Also sometimes location, people like to be close to home and stuff like that. Like, they don't want to move too far away. Like, I remember I didn't want it to move too far away from home. Like, I just wanted it to be like no more than an hour and a half from train. So if you do that, it's really good. You want to still see your family, but you also want to stay away from that. But you also want to, keep your distance and be independent. Which is great. Like, living on your own is actually really good. Obviously, there's pros and cons of living on your own. Like, living on your own, if you've never lived on your own before, you literally learn so much. You be independent, you sort out your own stuff. Obviously, I don't call my parents to ask money and stuff like that, which is really nice. I'm controlling my finances, I pay the bills, and pay rent and stuff like that, which is great. Obviously, it costs money, but obviously you go student finance. Obviously, it's cheaper to stay at home, but it's just nice to move away. And also, I always felt like my parents were, looking at me like a little baby, they think I'm a little child. And it's nice to move away and prove them wrong. I'm a big girl. You can't tell me what to do. I make my own choices, and I live my life. And, you know, I remember when I was moving away, like, they were telling me, don't do this, don't do that, be safe, be do. I'm like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be fine. And, you know, they still contact me and stuff like that. And they still worry a little bit. But, you know, they've calmed down. And that. But they were so worried when I was at the first few days. But, yeah, I do feel like they've calmed down loads since then. So yeah, and, you know, I've proved myself that I can live on my own. Which is great. And, you know, I feel like they are also realizing, my parents, that, you know, she's actually a big girl. She can do things on her own and be independent, which is great. Especially if you have parents like that, that you know, they're always like really thinking you're a baby or babysitting you, or, you know, worrying too much. It's nice to move away. So yeah. And it's nice to discover new cities, like look at the world a little bit. Like, yeah, meet new people and stuff like that. Like, I'm loving it moving away. Obviously, it's much cheaper to live at home, and sometimes I'm thinking, ooh, if I had my mum here, I wouldn't pay for my food. If I had my mum here, it would be alright. But yeah, I'm doing really well moving away. And also sometimes, obviously, if you have really strict parents, you like to go out and, you know, do your own thing. Obviously, there's things that you wouldn't be able to do at home because you have your parents looking over you. And obviously, when you leave, you can do what the hell you want. I remember my mate was like, oh, you're going to turn wild when you leave here, when you leave home, Vanessa. And I'm like, I'm going to turn wild. I was telling myself, oh, I'm going to be wild. It was bullshit. I'm literally being good. No, I've not turned wild at all. And, you know, I'm probably proud of myself. I'm being good. Like, the thought was going to be a little bit crazy. Even my mum was thinking, like, I was going to party every night, stuff like that. I was going to get drunk. You know, I was going to have sex away, stuff like that. Like, she was so worried about me. It was funny. Like, I was looking at her and I was like, do not worry about me. She was still worrying. But yeah, and, you know, after I've settled down in uni, and, you know, she was pretty good. Pretty happy. So yeah, after university, like, you have loads of opportunities. So yeah, about choosing the right university, like, just do it. Make sure it's the right one, because if you don't choose the right one, you're gonna spend £9,000 for nothing. Also, you don't want to be in that situation to go to clearing. Obviously, when you go to clearing, it's because you've rejected all your offers, or you don't have, or they've rejected you, and you literally go to universities that they're left, and you might not like them. So yeah. So thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.